This is a 2001 Ford Focus SE. We've had it for several years and it's been an okay car, and it's well overdue for an oil change. So we're going to do that today. I have some parts here. Necessary parts include this tub for draining oil into, this little wrench thing for getting the oil filter off, the old one, this one for getting the oil plug out. That's a 14mm wrench, and this is a new oil filter. Choose one that's compatible for your Ford Focus. There's a few out there, but I'm using this one that you can see, the Purolator brand L20195. I just read that in the Walmart manual, so it's one of the cheaper ones out there. And new oil. I have 5 quarts of this SAE 5W20 oil. I don't know if it's the best brand out there. I really don't know. Anyway, so I also have this rolly thing for rolling underneath, and I have the vehicle up on a couple of these things. All right, we're headed under the vehicle, and the first thing we're gonna do is remove the current oil in the system, and we do that by loosening this little bolt right there. That's the oil plug. I don't know if it's the same size for every Ford Focus SE. I don't know, because we got this one replaced, so I don't know if there are different sizes on the outside, but this is a 14mm, so forgive me as I try to maneuver under here. But so I'm using the 14mm. I got the oil pan thing tub underneath that, and I'm just going to loosen this by pushing away from me. This might take a little bit of work. I'm gonna get resituated. All right, I'm back. It took a little work to get that thing loose because it is tight, but I did manage to get it loose. So I'm gonna, sorry, I don't want to lose center there. If it's out of focus a little bit, I apologize. Looks like this is loose enough to just do by hand. So make sure you have the oil pan a little bit farther back because it does shoot out a little bit. You can kind of see it dripping there. And I'm just going to drop it in probably because I don't have the coordination to hold it. Unless I'm lucky today. Oh, I do. I am lucky. Okay. So there it comes, going right into the thing there. I'm just going to set this over there somewhere. And I should probably, some people might not know where this is, so can you see that? That's the AC pump. So right behind the AC pump is the thing that holds the oil, and then attached to that is the plug. So we're just gonna wait for that to all leak out into that tub. Okay, we're back under here, and the oil has just about finished leaking out of the tank thing. So our next step is to get the old oil filter off. And I'm not a fan of where they place this thing. I'm not good with terms. I don't know what this thing holds the oil. And there was your oil plug. Way up, not way up, but up there, you see that little white thing with kind of some ridges around it? That's the oil filter. So we gotta rig some kind of a thing up there to get that thing off. Some guys might be, or gals, I guess you could be changing oil, might be strong enough to get that thing off with their own hand, but I'm not. So I have this tool that I showed you earlier, and I'm just gonna get that around there, and I hope I have it the right way. I think I do. Maybe not. But I'm just gonna twist it off. Twist it loose, I should say. Loose enough where I can get it off with my hand then. And I do feel it budging, so this is good. Now this, be paying attention, because there's gonna be oil that falls out of here too when you get it off. And if you've been driving your vehicle a lot recently, right before doing this, it'll be hot, so be smart. Okay, there it comes dripping. Make sure you have your tub under here catching that stuff. And when it's off, you can kind of screw it all the way off. And then, sorry, it's taking longer than I thought. Okay, I'm going to tip it up so all this oil doesn't leak out, or as much as I want. All right, I'm going to back out here. Can you see that? There's the filter, and there's the old oil. And I'm just going to set this in here. I don't really care. So I'm going to set that in there, and that's that step. Okay, next step is to prepare the new filter for me to put in there. There it is. This is an important step. What you want to do is take one of the new quarts of oil, open it up, take the new filter, dab your finger in the oil. This is just something my dad taught me, I guess. And rub your finger around that rubber thing. It just helps to get the seal nice and secure. So pretty straightforward. I'm going to set that there, and then we're ready to put it on. Alright, I've got the new filter in my hand here. I'm underneath the car again. There's the filter. I'm just going to reach up where that other one was and twist it on. We've put the ring of oil with our finger on there, so that's good to go. Yeah, you probably can't see, but... And something I was always told to do with this is just hand tighten it. And that still means tight, so you know, tighten it with your hand really well, but I always do it as much as I can. For somebody who's super tough, you might want to take it down a notch, but nice and tight. That's good. Perfect. And an important thing to do is put the oil plug back in, so let me reach for that. There's our oil plug, and twist that back in. This one you don't want to hand tighten. So I got a 14mm here. And I'm just going to push against the car a little bit to tighten that. Nice and good. All right. Okay, we're good to go under here. The new filter is in. The oil plug's replaced. The old oil is out. So we're going to head up top. We are back up top and ready to handle things from this perspective. I forgot one thing that I need earlier. That's this funnel. I just took this cap off the top of the engine right here. It just said the type of oil. We need SAE 5W20. Put that in there, and I have 4 quarts of oil here. Your Ford Focus 2001 SE needs 4.5 quarts, but I'm putting in 4 quarts of this stuff, and I'm replacing the last half quart with this oil stabilizer. Something my dad just suggested that I do, and you know, I think he's pretty credible, so I'm doing it. Hold on to that last quart. Take the oil stabilizer I showed you, and I'm going to use this same funnel in here. Okay, I'm just about pouring that last half quart of oil stabilizer in there. I think it's done. Yep. Take that out. Put it aside. I believe you can recycle these things. Yes, it's number 2. Around here you can recycle number 2. So do that. Put the cap back in. And that's really it for the main work. You do have to do some cleanup, obviously. Be sure to check under your vehicle. If there's any oil leaking down, you did something wrong. And if there's not any oil leaking down, most likely you did everything right. So I'm just gonna put everything away here. And you can also recycle that old oil places, so be sure to do that. And you're good to go.